everybody, welcome back to Legit Street Cars. My name is Alex, and in today's video we're going to be doing just a little bit of work to my 268,000 mile E320 CDI. In today's video we're going to change out the engine oil filter, the fuel filter, the air filter. We're going to fix the check engine light by replacing the water and fuel sensor. We're going to replace a stuck open thermostat so we get good heat. We're also going to install some Mickey Thompson drag radials. Then we're going to test its stock 0 to 60 time. Then we're going to install a Race IQ Stage 1 performance tune, and then we're going to retest 0 to 60 time, and we're going to do this all in exactly 14 minutes and 54 seconds. All right, in order to do any work to this car, we have to get the CDI in the garage, which isn't happening right now because the battery's dead. I've actually been letting this car sit here in the driveway for about a week because I've been driving a new Mercedes that I bought that I'll be revealing very, very shortly. And it's been very, very cold, like on average probably 15 degrees out. So apparently this 2-year-old Mercedes battery is not having it, and this is what we're getting now. That's about it. So we have to jump start the car. Some of you guys mentioned that I get a little bit too excited about broken cars, and you're right. I've been waiting like a month for one of my car's batteries to die so I can show you this, the latest and greatest little jumper pack from Suwaki, or however you pronounce that. I showed you guys one of these last year jumping off my totally dead C43 AMG, and that one has been working perfectly for the last year. This is their latest and greatest, newest edition. It's more powerful, has a brighter LED flashlight. You get your two USB ports. Now you get a fast charging USB-C port. Of course, you get your really nice carrying case with a couple different chargers. And what I really like are these leads right here. These are smart leads, so they won't go live until you actually hook them up to the battery. So this is gonna jump off the diesel with no problems at all. And if you guys want to pick up one of these little jumper packs, they make an awesome Christmas present. I will leave an Amazon link down below. These are Amazon Prime, so you can get them same day or next day. And I'll leave a coupon code down there for 14% off. And keep in mind also that you can use that code in conjunction with other Amazon codes. So let's jump off the CDI and get our first diesel cold start. It worked perfectly. Listen to that engine. That is insanely quiet for a diesel. All right, guys, we have a ton of work to do. You know exactly what the game plan is, and I'm gonna start off with what I believe to be kind of like the weirdest part of today's video, and that is installing these good old American Mickey Thompson drag radials on an E320 CDI. And if you're wondering why we're putting drag radials on this car, it's because after the tune, we're gonna have well over 400 pound-feet of torque, and it's all gonna come in at around 1,800 RPM. So I don't think there is any chance that these Pep Boy Special Kumho tires can hold up to that amount of power. All right, and there you go, Mickey Thompson drag radials on an E320 CDI. You guys saw it here first, and I must say, these SL wheels look fantastic on this car. They are quite the upgrade from the factory 16-inch wheels. And also, it's pretty safe to say that the CDI is now officially a sleeper. I mean, you would never know that this car has 201 horsepower. Okay guys, with our oil and our coolant drained out, we are ready to tackle the thermostat. Now what's nice is you get the entire housing with the sensor and a gasket, so everything is complete. And on these CDIs, the thermostat is super easy to get to. It is right here. And since we have to take the oil filter housing off anyway to change out the filter, that's gonna give us a ton of room to do this job. In fact, I think you actually have to take this off. So I think this has like 12 to 14,000 miles on it. That doesn't look too bad. With the oil filter housing out of the way, we can get a really good look at how easy this job is going to be. We just have a bolt right here so we can remove this bracket and move around these hoses. Of course, we're going to remove the upper radiator hose and this hose here that leads to the coolant reservoir. Then we just have a clip here for the sensor and 3 bolts that hold the housing in. And what's awesome is we're not going to spend all day scraping away gasket material because this simply utilizes a rubber seal. Now, my thermostat failed in the stuck open position, which is awesome because all I had was a reduction of heat in the cabin and a check engine light because the engine wasn't getting up to operating temperature on time, which will affect emissions. But at least it didn't get stuck closed and we didn't overheat the engine. Now, of course, I will be using a brand new thermostat and housing from FCP Euro. So this has a lifetime guarantee, so I'll never have to worry about paying for a new thermostat for this car forever. Okay, with our engine oil and coolant topped up, we are just a couple of filters and a sensor away from testing this car's 0 to 60 mile an hour time. Now, the air filter replacement is very easy. There is a black plastic cover right here, and you just use a flat blade screwdriver. You kind of push back these metal clips. There are about 5 of them. That cover pops up, and then you simply just pull this thing right out and throw it on the ground. It was actually pretty dirty, so what we're gonna have to do is clean out this area here. Check it out. We have a butterfly, I think, that met its ultimate demise in my airbox. And what is this? It's like some kind of beetle or something? I don't know. We'll clean this all up and then install our brand new filter. After that, we are moving on to the fuel filter and the water and fuel sensor. Now, this job is really easy. When you replace your fuel filter, you got to swap the sensor into the new fuel filter anyway. So since we're replacing the sensor, we'll go ahead, drop it in, put this all together, and then simply install it in the car. Now, there's just a couple hoses here, a connector here. Hard to see, but there's a bolt here that holds like a clamp that holds this in place, and that's it. Now, that FCP Euro lifetime warranty, it applies to the fuel filter, it applies to the air filter, it applies to everything that they sell on their site. So these are due, I think, every 20,000 miles. So you just buy it once and you're all done. And we're using a factory Mercedes-Benz filter there and the sensor as well. So let's get to work, and then we are testing 0 to 60. The CDI is alive. Fresh new oil, new thermostat, new coolant, new air filter, new fuel filter, new water and fuel sensor. We are ready to go another 268,000 miles. Guys, I wanted to show you something. Don't be afraid to cut off a little bit of rubber from these hoses or replace them altogether. After changing out the fuel filter so many times and using the wrong clamps, the end of the rubber hose can look like this. So I had plenty of slack on this one. I just chopped it down a little bit and then used the proper factory clamps that put the right amount of tension on the rubber hose. Also, check this out. Before, we didn't even need to run the car in order to immediately get a current code and a check engine light for that water and fuel sensor. And check this out. We've been up and running for about 15 minutes. No code. It is completely gone. So we have no more trouble codes in the computer. We are ready to rip this thing to 60 and then upload that Race ECU Tune to see if we can make it any faster. All right, guys, here is our first 0 to 60 blast, completely stock. Dead hook with these Mickey Thompsons. And that is 60. 6.95 seconds. That is an awesome time. When these cars were brand new, magazines like Car and Driver were rating them in the low sevens, like 7.1 seconds. So that is fantastic. So let's do that one more time, and then we're gonna upload the tune and do it all over again. All right, guys, run number 2, stock tune. That's so much torque right off the line. Oh, my radio came on. All right, there's 60. 7.125 to 60 on the second run. Not bad at all. That is exactly what Car and Driver rated this car when it was brand new in 05. So we know that we have a perfect test bed. This car is in perfect health. So now let's go install the Race IQ Stage 1 tune. All right, guys, so this is how easy it is to upload a Race IQ tune. They send you out a cable in the mail. It just hooks up to the OBD2 port. We're going to read the ECU data, and then he emailed me my modified tune file. I got one for Alex's secret car. That'll be revealed soon. But here we go. Here is the silver CDI Stage 1 tune, and we're just going to hit download file. And that's about it. So this takes about 2 minutes roughly. And you definitely want to disconnect the engine's fan so it's not sucking your battery down, and hooked up a battery charger unless your battery is totally charged like mine is. And I also put the jumper pack on it as well. We're actually in the parking lot of a gas station right now. Comment down below how much faster you guys think this will be to 60 with our Stage 1 tune. This is going to add, I think, about 4 PSI of boost, roughly 30 horsepower and 60 pound-feet of torque. And there's my radio kicking on again. We are almost done. This actually took less than a minute, 53 seconds or so. But if you guys want a Race IQ tune, I'll leave a 15% off coupon code in the description box as well. And check this out. The default language on this program is Italian, apparently. So because I speak it, I can confirm that this message is telling you to turn off the ignition for 10 seconds. But yeah, if you have a Mercedes, a Beamer, an Audi, a Porsche, basically any Euro car, you can get 15% off any Race IQ tune. That has been about 10 seconds roughly, so we'll hit OK, wait. All right, turn on dashboard, OK, and that's it. That's all we need to do. Now you have a tune installed in your car in about a minute. That is just about the easiest power increase you could ever do. Here we go, Stage 1 Race IQ tune. God, this transmission is so slow. And that is 60. Well, we have good news and we have bad news, and the bad news is leaking all over the parking lot of this forest preserve. After that last run, I started to smell the sweet smell of antifreeze. Pop the hood, and I found this really old hose. It's probably original, head totally split. So unfortunately, we need a new hose, but luckily it didn't overheat or anything like that. It's no big deal. It's probably, I don't know, less than 20 bucks for that part. We'll replace it and we'll be right back up and running. But the awesome news is the insane improvement to 60. Look at this. 6.25 seconds. That is huge, guys. All we did is just a very simple Stage 1 tune. I could only imagine what that would translate to in the quarter mile. And I definitely think we can get this into the mid 5-second range with just a couple really easy modifications, maybe opening up the exhaust and the intake, and then Race IQ can send me their Stage 1 tune, which is going to give us even more boost. So right now we're only running like 3 or 4 pounds over stock. So this is going to be a blast, guys. I know running to 60, let's say in the mid 5-second range, it's not the fastest in the world, but you got to take into consideration this is like a 4,200 pound luxury sedan that gets 40 miles per gallon on the highway. I've actually gotten 43 going about 65 miles an hour. So that is awesome. And these are so cheap. I paid $3 grand for this car and it is a blast to drive. You get all of that torque basically right off of idle. So I'm really pumped, guys. I cannot wait to get more into this car. Eventually, I think we can get this into the 4-second range to 60 after some more modifications. And comment down below what you think I can get this car to run in the quarter mile. My end goal is 12 seconds. All right, guys, I'm gonna end the video right here. I gotta get the CDI back to home base and then grab another car to go to work. I gotta leave in like 20 minutes, so hopefully it doesn't overheat on my way home. With that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget, hit the thumbs up button, share the video, subscribe if you're new, and most importantly, have an awesome day, and I'll see you all in the next video.